branches. It's that ice storm. I got quite a few to work with. What's that? Oh, this came with the hoodie. I was just trying it out. Get your face warm. That gives me something to start with. Okay, time to get busy. Previously on Prepping for the Apocalypse. Well, you saw the previous episode where I was working with the pine pitch primitive hot glue, attempting to glue this railing right here. See how well it worked, huh? Well, you can see how well it hardened up, but how well did it hold? No bueno. Look at that. Looks like it's still wet, but it's not. Well, if anyone watching knows where I went wrong, please leave a comment in the box below. Meanwhile, I do have a plan B with glue. Interior, exterior, and waterproof. So that's what I'm going to do here in a moment, but first, decide which one of these logs is going to work best. Really like this piece of split wood that I found. It's nice. See, I can shelf out of this. Anyways. This is the primary support beam that I had already installed, where I kept the notch in that you had already seen. And this is the original beam for the roof. So that's how that was set up. You can see the width of that. But now some of these new, or a lot bigger. Around as usual, but anyways, I need to make sure that that main support beam right there can support the heavy weight of these other branches. Man, they're right overhead. Seriously. Man. Although I own camouflage, so. Anyways. As I was saying, this primary support beam is going to hold the heavy weight of these additional branches. Okay, you can see this one here, I need to trim off the branches, but it was the right size and width to fit on there. It holds the weight of it, and it's a good match for the support beam right there. I like the curvature coming off of there. However, right here, see how it's split? I'm gonna have to do some work on that, notch it out and make it fit, and then glue it. Alright, so that's one. However, I may decide to swap out that primary support beam because I have one that's more solid than that. Thank you, Lord. Always be careful. And stay safe, and God bless you. Alright, so this is the primary beam right here that I just showed you. And this is the beam that I'm considering replacing it with. Okay, see the difference? They're both about the same thickness from this angle. Although, when you follow it down, see the size difference right here to right there. But it doesn't complete all the way, and this one keeps going, so I'm short that much. No bueno. But I like that, so I'll use that as another support beam somewhere else. Okay, so I've decided to stick with the original support beam. However, this wood glue says to clean the surface. It's still pretty dirty. We'll see. It also says you need to clamp it down for 30 minutes. I don't have that time to sit there and hold it down. I'll be able to put a heavy rock on it, but I'm going to tie it down. With some paracord and some heavy-duty tape. Although I may not get to that today. Now I'm focusing on the beams themselves and the measurements, get them in place, and secure them tightly. Oh, did I mention nailing it in place too? Pow, pow, pow. All that dead weight and we'll make it be so wibble wobbly, weeble wobble. What? Oh, okay. Whoops. Alright. That's not right. That's not the right curvature I want right there. Sloping down and it's lower. I want it to be more tall. I want it to swoop up, see? Alright, well you can clearly see the difference. That's better. It's not swooping down here, it's up there. More headroom. You don't want to be way down there, right? See, I left a few of the branches right here to kind of hold on to it like a thumb. See? Grab a hold of it. That's up there. See, hang some stuff off of these, like hooks. I also left it as a Y so that possibly the next branch will fit between there and it will help hold it in place and then it'll tie them all together. But if you look down there, I'm going to have to do some serious notch work to make that fit, to make that work. See how it sits on there? It'll take some time, but okay. Alright, take a look at how it's sitting here. Make some measurements. Trace this shape. 7 notch. Oh man. That was an example of what not to do. You want to make sure you hold it secure. Don't let it wobble. You hurt yourself when you're trying to saw. As you have seen. And of course, always watch your fingers and face and be careful. As well as holding it in place and making an upward facing cut like this with the teeth facing upward. Anyways. Flip the wood. Show you how to secure. And go down to the angle cut. Yes, this is time consuming and tiring, but necessary. If you have any suggestions for an easier method, please leave them in the comment box. So you can see how this drip of hot glue hardened on this rock right here. At the same size drip of hot glue fell on my hand, and yes, it burnt. Of course, being a tough guy, I didn't stop, put ointment on, just kept it all working. That's what happens when you're not wearing gloves. I mean, serious. And I got it most of the way notched out. Broken tip knife right here, this wooden hammer, the rest of the way, knock this notch out. There it is. It's supposed to be here. There's the notch properly cut. It holds and fits. Now it's still legal wobbles. Not good. On this side, needs to be balanced. I'm straighten up this notch. To the side, but it fits a lot more flush. I think when I hammer it down, it should be solid, secure, with the glue and the tape and everything. This it also has a split in it. It goes right along that edge. That's all right. As long as the notch is tight and secure, as you see. But up here, as you see, round branch on, round beam, oh, wibble wobble, weeble wobble. No bueno. See how that is intended to hold onto it like a thumb? I'll just measure out some notches right here to secure it. Muy bueno. There's the measurement marks. On your mark. Alright, although this is a broken tip knife, I'm going to put it on there and then hammer it in with the wooden hammer, okay? To remove this notches. Watch your fingers, of course. That's one. Let's repeat the same process on the other side. Alright, so then even it out by going to the other side. Looks level. And cut a notch for the thumb right here. Oh man. Well, it's bigger than I intended, but it should work. Time to select the next branch. I'm gonna go with this one. Fit pretty good. And ironically, I didn't even need to cut those notches. See how it actually repositioned off of the notches, but this beam is actually holding it in place now. Very well. And effectively done. See how it crisscrosses together? It's not wobbling anymore. I haven't even tied it in place or glued it yet. And it's starting to take form. And what's really awesome about this is I didn't have to cut a notch right here because it was already flat where it ripped off, see? Natural. Doesn't even wobble. See? Yeah! Okay, now I need to counterbalance the support by adding a couple beams to the other side. See, I still have several big branches to choose from. But first, what I'm gonna need to do. Okay, let's see where I left off last week. Previously on Prepping for Apocalypse. I had just barely started digging over here, just scratching the surface. On the other side, right down there, let's see, it's a hole. There it is. So now I get to cut a post to go in this hole. It's got to be a good size one too. Okay, so this hole is about elbow deep and wider than my hand. So I'm going to need a big post to fill this hole. Which is the best branch? This one looks good. This one looks good too. Of course, that one looks pretty good. That one's look pretty decent too. I think I'll go with first choice. So I'll measure it from my elbow. See there at the bottom of my elbow. And then mark that spot right there. And then measuring off of the hole. Which again, it comes to about my elbow. And I'm going to guess that when you add that up, it'll be about hip level. At your belt line. Just a guess. Well, let's see. Okay, starting at my measuring mark. Measuring from my elbow down to that spot right there. And you better get at it. You can lift it up off the ground. You can put it on your foot. But for this, I have this log right here that I'm going to set it on. Get it up. did I say? Got my belt. See how well this fits. In this hole right here. Oh, it's got plenty of room. And it's a good height. Actually, I could probably dig down a little bit more. Alright, I guess this is the height I'm going for right there. That does kind of match the other ones, huh? Alright, good. Use all these rocks to secure it, of course. The part where I pull Mr. Rogers and switch my gloves. These are dirtier for digging. Now, see the difference? Oops. Nice solid beam that I use right here. But first, that's what it looks like from the view. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Just wrap up this stick here, as you see. The lid, that is. Keep that tarp sitting on top to keep the dirt. And of course, any rain that may drip in there. And a little bit of duct tape. And shovel. And knee pads. Make sure the rocks fit well together. And cover it with more dirt. Just down firm. I might get my foot in there, but anyways, some more rocks. Making sure that the rocks fit well together again. See? And of course, more dirt. Rocks, making sure they're big ones, and making sure they fit together firm. Well, see how it kind of matches right there in the middle with the curvature? That's nice. Let's see how it connects. Yeah, okay. And of course over here it's just barely sitting on the log, so I'll have to cut another 7-notch. But as far as the level, I like that. Look, don't have to duck down too much. It's pretty even with the rest of them. Okay, let's saw this off, of course. Okay, so I'm going to measure out this notch right here, just like I did before. And on we go. So yes, it's time consuming. Yes, it's tiring. But the more you work at it, the more you will make progress. So don't give up.